Yay! We're live. We're live, everybody. Pop in, say hi, let me know where you're from, right? Uh, my moderator should be here in a couple of moments. I'm sure everybody's got lots of interesting things to talk about today, right? I bet you lots of interesting tidbits, and I hope everybody is safe. I hope they're I've been talking to a few of my followers during the course of the week, and I understand that a few of them are having some very difficult times, right? Right? And not just financially, like actually they physically fear for their safety, and I don't like to hear that, right? So I hope they're safe, and I hope they come in tonight and just check in just to say hi, right? Just to say hi. Oh, Andrew's here. Andrew is one of my moderators here. He's a big yapper. So if you want to pop in and chit chat and say hi to him, yeah, I'm sure he's happy to yap your head off. How's your week been there, Andrew? How's your week been going? Anything new and exciting? Right? Are you feeling okay? Has everything been going well? I just made a cup of coffee. I was looking. Yes, you do. Do you have Irish in you? Oh, Robert's here tonight. Oh, Robert, I'm so excited that you got here tonight. How awesome is that? Oh, terrific. We got Robert. It's been a long time since you've actually been able to make it in for a full live. I don't know if you're going to be here for the whole live, but yeah, you used to be here for every live, and now we get you every once in a while. But now that you've come in this time, right? YouTube will have you picked up in the algorithm. I hate saying that word. It's not a very good, easy word for me to say, right? They've got you caught up in that algorithm. So you'll probably get a notice next week, right? You'll probably get a notice next week when I go live. Did I see William was here too? Wow, everybody's popping in tonight. Let's see if the ladies are showing up. Let's see if Owen shows up today. Oh, Owen would be so pleased when he sees yeah, wait till you see what I've got going on. Yeah, you guys haven't seen it. Irish, English, and German. I have Eastern European, but I don't know. Eastern European could be a lot of different countries, couldn't it? Right? But my eye condition is specific to the Eastern Europeans, right? So well, that's what they think. I think I was looking at very bright lights because I didn't start wearing glasses, and I started wearing glasses just as reading glasses when I was 27 years old. And then by the time I was married, by the time I was 30 years old, I was in glasses full time, right? I was in glasses full time by the time I was 30 years old. It was so fast. Within 3 years of not wearing glasses ever at all to completely being in glasses was something else. But I try and do Reiki healing, right? I try and do Reiki healing. Like, I know there are thought leaders and people who believe in the mystic part of it, that actually, they wear glasses, right? So why are you wearing glasses? Right? Because that would be the first thing I would be working on, right? Would be my glasses. I don't like to wear my glasses. I wore contacts up until I was about 40, but they wouldn't give me a prescription pair, right? If I thought I could just get a pair that would make it, they don't have to be reading ones, right? Because I can wear a pair of reading glasses over a pair of contacts, but I have to have something that I can actually make sure that I don't bump into things, because I can't see anything. It's like looking through wax paper. Well, maybe not as bad as wax paper, but you kind of get the idea of it, right? That's my prescription. Now let's see what everybody's got to say here. into a boy band. And what kind of music would you guys be playing? I tell you guys, yeah. I think you're a funny man tonight, Andrew. I think you're a funny man. What kind of music? And our William would all be having you probably singing gospel, right? Right? Maybe guys can make like a gospel album or something. I actually seen got like see I don't go to churches or anything like that, but they have rock bands and stuff that play gospel music, right? Because I've actually heard them. And then lots of times, like Elvis Presley did Amazing Grace, didn't he? Didn't he? Yeah. Sean Cassidy. I love Sean Cassidy. Me and my sister were well, she was a bigger fan than Sean Cassidy than I was. At the same time she was into Sean Cassidy, I think I was into the Bay City Rollers, and I was into this guy from Quebec named Rene Simard. I don't know if any of you guys remember Rene Simard. He actually had his own television show, but I don't know if it was just a Canadian television show or if it was broadcast all over North America. But he was French, right? Yeah, he was very, very handsome. He was very handsome. And I remember him. Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice if we could go camping together? Robert, I have been missing it so badly, like every day. Those are my happy moments, right? I think I was lucky enough to have a couple of really amazing trips this year, right? Like amazing trips. And when things don't get tough, I pull up these quick memories of a certain place that I was, during a travel or an explore, or right? When I was out on the road. And that's what's been getting me through. How has everybody else been doing out there? Right? It's been feeling very wavy, right? The emotions just seem to be a little bit wavy with me, up and down, up and down. But you know what? I noticed in the past couple of days even that the waves have kind of pulled themselves apart. They're still there because I still have those moments of worry, Bill, what can you do? And then I stew on it and I wait for an idea, and I can't think of anything. I've had a couple of calls, right? Like, because I'm trying to sell absolutely everything. I've got to put up a whole bunch of ads. I'm going to put absolutely everything that's sellable. I don't have much left. I don't have much left in here that I can sell. But like I said, I'm not particularly attached to anything. And I've got my well-being, right? Nancy's not been well, right? Nancy's been stuck in her apartment. Don't reply, Nancy. If save on your strength and stuff. Like in Seattle, they're having smoke bombs going off, right? And financially she's having a hard time, and she has to get her groceries in too, right? Because you don't want to be going outside and all of that. Right? So she's been having her groceries, and she can't be affording, but everybody has got to eat, right? Yeah. I know I'm on rations. I'm not too worried about it, right? Right? Something always comes for me, right? At the very last minute, I'm not worried about it in the very least, right? I'm still here tomorrow. I've got my health, right? Lots of people don't have their health, and now they have to go through these emotional stresses now too that are going on in the world, right? Mm. Yeah, I don't even have a car anymore, Robert. Yeah, I just really, really miss not having a car. And I'm trying to be grateful that I have my health and I can go walk places, and that my sister Alice is, giving me the bike, and I still haven't picked up. I said I would wash her carpet. She said I could keep the bike if I wash the carpet. But maybe that's something I can do. Well, not tonight. It's too late tonight. Maybe I can make that the plan tomorrow. Oh, no. Somebody said that they might come by and look at something tomorrow, right? Yeah. Every penny. every penny. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah. But I'm so glad that you made it here, Robert. That's so awesome. Yeah, and William too. William's been out there. He's been enjoying the walks. We were just talking, William, about what kind of. Andrew said that we should all be going in a boy band. Like you guys should be going in a boy band. And I said, what kind of music would you guys play? And I said, well, when William gets here, I said, I bet you he could shoot up some good gospel music, right? You guys can all sing gospel. Oh, I'm not in that much better situation either, Andrew, right? I'm by myself. It's just me and my cat. I'm more worried about the cat than I am for myself, right? First money I can get, I'm going to get a carrier, right? Because if we end up, if we end up, right, I want her to at least have a comfortable carrier so that she can get around in, right? And not and feel safe. I was going to ask my sister if I could borrow, a carrier, but I don't think I would like to ask my sister for anything. I don't think I no, I don't. I'm pretty certain that if I take anything from my sister in any shape or form, that it's not going to sit well with me or my soul, and I'm just not going to take part. I'm not going to take part in that. Yeah. Oh, wait for it, Robert. Yeah, I'm running something through my brain right now, and yeah, I hope it would be nice if it's something like that could work out, right? It's just the starting up, right? So let's see, if I can get a few more $100. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking, right? Because I still have like the phone bills and stuff like that stuff coming in at the same time. It's not like I can just, but you know what? This idea came to me and I'm rolling it around in my head and see if it's a possibility. And a few things worked out for me, right? There are a few possibilities, but I'll keep you guys posted next Sunday, right? That way I don't feel the pressure all week to say anything to anybody, even in my Instagram posts or anything, right? If I'm working on something, I might even only have a few days, right? Just depends, right? But I'm working on it right now. But as soon as I got a clear idea of what I'm going to be doing, yeah, I'll let everybody in on it. Community is very important, Andrew. Like, don't you love this community? Don't you love Chatters Live? I love Chatters Live. I get so much out of coming live on Sunday nights here, right? I would be very sad if I wasn't able to go live on my YouTube channel on Sunday nights. It would make me very sad. And we're not doing sad. I've decided, right? I'm just gonna ride these waves, right? I have no control of what's going on out there. I have no control of what's going on out there, right? I'm just gonna try and, be kind to myself. I'm gonna be trying to be kind to the people that I come in contact with or have interactions with, right? I'm just gonna try and keep in mind everybody's feelings, right? And we're just gonna ride this out. Yeah, it's all gonna be good, right? Oh, isn't that so true, William? Isn't that so true? Ah, yeah, she's a fighter, that girl. Wow. She's a fighter, right? To be that scared and then just to plow through it like that and take the beatings like that, just one after another, one after another. You talk about courage, right? You talk about courage. That Nancy is about as courageous as it gets, right? Yeah. I love courageous people. I was so lucky that she happened onto my channel, right? I want to I want to remember, all the people that impacted me along the way. Me neither, Robert. I haven't been outside yet either for any kind of explorations either. I can't get out there. I just have my bike, right? I mean, I could probably. Yeah, not really. Not really. Not really, right? If I had a car, I could be outside the city pretty fast. But you have to go about 10 minutes outside the city to actually feel like you're at least out in the countryside, right? And just to bike ride out of the city would probably take me maybe an hour, and then maybe another hour, about 2 hours, and then 2 hours home, there's 4 hours. So if I just went out and just took main drags, I could do something like that, but it wouldn't be like exploring, going up side roads and stuff, because that would even consume even more. I guess I could make it an all day thing, right? But right now I'm going to try and concentrate on selling my possessions. There's a few things I'm keeping. I'm keeping my picture from Kathy, and I'm keeping my books, and I'm keeping my Google, right? Right. I'm keeping my fish. I'm keeping my affirmations. I'm keeping my donation. I have these envelopes I have, and they're ready for donations if I ever make lots of money or something, right? So they're ready so that I could just like put stuff to check in there and just throw it in the mail, right? Yeah, but these checks are going to go out and then not going to make their address because people will have moved. It would have been so long, people will have moved, or they've passed away or something, right? Moved to a new city, right? But I'll go through all those envelopes again. But I would just like to even keep them as a little memento, right? Everything else can go. I'll keep my metal detector, right? I'll keep my metal detector. Something tells me that metal detecting stays in the story. So I'll keep my metal detector. I'd like to keep my bed, but it's not like I could strap it to my back, right? So the bed has to go. The bed has to go. But my pillow has to come with me. I have the best pillow. I have the best pillow. I sleep so good at night. I sleep so good at night because about, oh, how long have I had this pillow? I've had this pillow for over 10 years. I've had this pillow, I'm pretty certain, over 10 years. And I just recently I said, "Oh, I wish I kept the bag that it was in so I knew the brand and everything, right?" And I thought that, because it was such a great pillow, I thought I would like to buy the pillow again. And then the other day, I was making my bed and I was changing the pillowcases on my pillows. And there was a tag, the laundry tags. But underneath the laundry tag was another tag, which was the company that actually made the pillow. So I might be able to track the pillow down. It was a Woolworth. I don't know if anybody remembers Woolworth, right? We had no, not Woolworth, Zellers. It was Zellers. It was a Zellers store, right, that I got it at. But it was a magnificent pillow, and it does me just as well today as it did when I got it 10 years ago. Except it might have a few more tear stains. Guaranteed it's got a whole lot more tear stains on it, but it's still a great pillow, right? It's still a great pillow. Oh, maybe I should get rid of the pillow because there's a lot of sad emotions on that pillow. Maybe I should actually be looking to see if I could get another one of those pillows, right? Right? Yeah. That could be keeping me sad and stuff too, because if I'm picking that stuff up off my pillows, right? Were you able to drive the car home after it like went on fire, Robert? After the car went on fire, were you able to like drive the car home, or was that the end of the car? And you're still driving it. And do you know why it caught on fire? Do you know why it caught on fire? Wow, is that ever an interesting story? Seems kind of odd, like spontaneous combustion or something. Is that what happened? But for it to happen twice, did you say it happened twice to you? That seems kind of odd that it would have happened twice. That's if I was reading it properly. But yeah, is that ever interesting? I always think, that it says something, is trying to draw your attention to something, right? I try not to fixate on anything. Like when I hurt my back, I try as much as I can to make myself comfortable, whether it's water bottles. I will take Advils, right? I will take Advils or Tylenol 3s if my sister gives them when my back goes out. It usually goes out once or twice a year, and it'll go out for it. It went out for like a week. It went out for a week last year. It was so bad. The pain was so bad, and I had to work through it, and I worked through it. And I didn't grumble at all. And then at the end, I told them what happened, right? Because I wanted to show that I could do a good job even amongst that, right? Make sure I showed up, because I was really pumping for a job there, right? So I wanted to do a good job, and I shouldn't have even been at work. I don't know how I couldn't concentrate. But then after a while, because I knew what I was doing, I just kind of went into a zone, and I just kind of forgot about the pain. And then the pain went away, right? Right? You get what you put your attention to, right? Oh, it's my friend Alan. What's he got now? How you can improve your public speaking skills. Yeah, he's been doing really good. He's been putting up a video every day. I guess Evan put a little fire up his butt. That's kind of nice, right? And that's kind of nice. We'll watch that later, and I'll give him a thumbs up. I try to support the people that have channels themselves, right? When they upload a video and everything. Doesn't that picture look so pretty there? Doesn't that look so pretty? Yeah, that's the picture that Kathy did for me. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love it. Yeah, that has to come with me. It's like the same colors as Evan's book too, right? Funny. It kind of goes with my wall, and it kind of goes with my Google. Oh, okay, Robert, I get it. But still, hey, I've been in a few accidents, nothing where anybody's ever got hurt. And a couple of them weren't even my fault, right? But nothing even that did any damage. The only accident I got dinged for was that one that my friend, when she trashed the car under the underpass and totaled it, and she didn't even have insurance. I didn't even know she didn't even have insurance on it. The car was in my name, right? And then she left me with the bill, and I had to declare bankruptcy on that one. Yeah, bankruptcy's not fun, right? And now my credit cards are all messed up again. I don't know how I could possibly, right? I don't have super high limits, but my limits are high enough that it's going to be a real struggle to get out of those credit card debts, right? I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but at the same time, boy, we're going to be going into a recession. I hope everybody's squirreling. A little bit away, right? Yeah, it's going to be a privilege to have internet. It's going to be a privilege, right? Above anything else, I've got to be able to connect like this. So I think if I can do anything, maybe I should be getting a laptop, right? If I can sell everything, then maybe I should buy a laptop so that at least, like when I'm living in McDonald's, I have my laptop, right? I could connect with the Wi-Fi, right? I could have to check some of these things out tomorrow. I wonder if I can like connect it with my phone, right? And not actually have a place to, like a landline that it attached to a landline. Maybe I could hook it up with my Shaw or something. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Does it sound like a good idea? I think so too. And then when I go on the road and stuff, and if I pick up some extra battery packs, right? If I get some extra battery packs, so if I'm away, and I'm not near a city or a town or something, for a few days, that at least I have power. And then if I get bored at night or if I get stranded or something, at least I can sit there and I can edit videos maybe for my YouTube, right? Edit some explore videos and just go on the road. I'm thinking of hitting the road. I don't know how I could possibly do it though. I don't know how. Yeah. But it'll come to me. I know it will. Oh, good job, Andrew. Like you should have the cards, right? For an emergency. That's why I had mine, right? For emergencies, for those little things. I make my payments on them and then, I'd end up always using it again just to, to pick up something in the middle of the month that I needed, right? But it was always nice to be able to do that. And I was doing so good. No matter how bad it got, no matter how close to losing my apartment and ended up on the streets or what have you, like I made those credit card payments, right? I made those credit card payments, yeah. And then to fall right behind in them. And then the coronavirus started and then we were managing with the rent and everything. And then it was just this month, right, that I fell behind in the month. Yeah, so I've ruined my credit card, my credit rating. I've ruined it. But I'm going to try and pay them off somehow, right? I don't want to declare. It's not good because when you do these things, yeah, you can get yourself out of trouble and you can start again. But it says something about you, right? It says something about you when you have to use those platforms or those agencies to kind of fix your problem. It shows that you can't fix the problem by yourself, right? Right? Even Donald Trump, right? When he declared bankruptcy and he had all those hotels and all that stuff, like how did he get all that again, right? After declaring bankruptcy. Yeah, I'd much rather pay my bills. That something will come around. I know something will come around. Oh, and I'm full too. Wow. Oh. Oh, and have you been watching my posts this week on Instagram at all? Have you been watching? Yeah, because I'm curious because you know what I finished? I finished your walking stick. I was going to do, let me take this off. This is what I kind of hook it up to dry, right? Let's take this off and then I'll show everybody Owen's stick. I finished it, Owen. I emailed you. Did you get my email, Owen, that I sent you? And I sent you pictures of the stick before I started working on it. I sent you a picture of it. Yeah, well, go check your emails out. I emailed you just even to check on you, right? See, I just put a little eyelet there, right? So that way you can hang it, right? And then it doesn't ruin the stick. Okay, let's take a look at Owen's stick. I'm going to be straight up with you, Owen, right? I'm not sure when I can send it to you. It's going to cost me $50 to send this to you, right? But as soon as I have $50 that I can spare, right? That I can spare right? If I have to take it with me on my travels, I'll take it with me on my travels and we'll get it to you somehow. But here is Owen's stick. Look it, here it comes, here it comes. This is the last walking stick I'm making with the name on it. Owen's going to be the last stick I ever make with with the name on it. Yeah, that's oh, didn't it turn out beautiful? Didn't it turn out beautiful? Look at the color on it. Look at all the beautiful colors. How well look how straight it is. Toot my own horn, but look how straight that is, right? Yeah, and I did it all by hand. I didn't have a grinder. I didn't have a grinder or anything. Like I did it totally by hand. And look at this. Look at this, Owen. See, I made you a thumb. That's for your thumb, right? You put your thumb there when you're walking. You put your thumb there. You're going to wear a really nice, you'll have a really nice patina in there in a couple of years, right? But I put your name on there, Owen. I put your name on there, Owen, because I know your heart and you'll go and give it to your mom. And I want you to know this is yours, right? This is your walking stick. And you'll know when you get it and start walking with it and everything. I'll try and pick up a half inch chair leg, right? Stopper for this, but it'll take a half inch one. I made Kim, of course, because Kim has that retinal vasculitis, right? I think they call it something like that, right? In her eyes, right? Where she's going blind in one of her, well, she's totally blind in one eye almost, but the other eye is in bad shape too. But yeah, that's your stick, Owen. I was so pleased it turned out so well. Now, in saying that it turned out so well, I think I'm working on my favorite stick I've ever done right now. I think I'm working on that stick right now. Let me grab it. It's for Nancy, or it's not for Nancy. It's for Karen. Karen, right? This is Karen's walking stick. Look at everybody. I'm just working on it. I've just started tapering it down here, right? It's going to be thinner, like it's going to slowly thin down. And I just started it, right? So I try and do 5 minutes of sanding because I'm doing it all by hand. But look at that. Look at that, right? And I'm keeping, that's all like concrete. This is elm. This is elm tree. This is from our ice storm that we had. Look at. Now take a look inside. I've been sanding it and digging it out. Ooh, I got it pretty good, right? And there's a little hole there. It just fits really nice for your hand. And then on top of that, everybody, look at how, oh, can you see this? Darn, I did it again. Let me just move this chair out of my way. And right. Look how nice that is. Look how nice that is, right? And there's another ridge right here. So if she was left-handed, her finger could go in there, but this is so nice. And so stable. It's going to be my favorite one. Yeah, but I couldn't get it off. I didn't have a grinder, right? I didn't have a grinder. So I've been using screwdrivers and paring knives. Yeah, and there's beautiful. Can you see that? It's all worm. See, isn't it beautiful? I love it. I'm trying to save it. Like I have to taper, but I'm really trying. So this is some of the wormhole. See, as I'm sanding, you can see how the wormhole is going. And it originally looked like this. And I really love this, right? All the worm work. But yeah, so that one's for Karen. I just love this. Wait till it's stained. It's going to be absolutely magnificent when it's stained, right? But yeah, like I said, I'm all done. I'm all done Owens. I'm all done Owens walking stick, and I'm pleased. I'm pleased with how it turned out. I hope you enjoy. You more than deserve it, Owen. You more than deserve it. You've been very good to me over the years, but like I said, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get to you. But if I go anywheres, it will come to me, and it will eventually. I mean, it's no good to anybody else, right? Because there's like 3 coats of lacquer, right? Because I put 1 coat on, and then I sanded it down, right? You sand it down like you're doing your nails, and you get that powder. You sand it down, and then you wipe it, and then you put another coat on. You let it dry another day or 2, right? Let it harden, right? Let it harden. And that first coat, this wood was very, very thirsty, and it's so light, right? Karen's is a little bit heavier, but I'm going to try and taper it down. But hers is also elm, right? And yours is Manitoba maple. Yours is Manitoba maple. Yeah. But very lovely. And I like the finish. I'm very pleased. I was kind of iffy about going with the gloss like that, but I'm very pleased with how it turned out. And it's a good oil-based product, so I know it's gonna do you good for years. Yeah, so there you go. And that was your little surprise. And yeah, I haven't heard from Karen yet. I think I sent Karen pictures. I'm not sure. Maybe I better check to see if I sent her pictures, right? Right. And I guess well, I don't know. I was going to say check with my brother-in-law if he put that drill hole through that piece of wood for me so that I could start working on that flute, right? For Nancy. Yeah, I was going to make her a flute. Yeah. Oh, the elm is definitely stronger. Like I couldn't even get the bark off. Mind you, I let it dry, right? I tried to get as much of the bark off as I could, and then I let it dry with a little bit of the bark still on it. And I got most of it off, but some of it was just like concrete. Like it didn't want it to stay there. It was fighting me. And if it fought me that much, right? No, that was Sharon, Robert. Yeah, that was Sharon. That Sharon came up from California to visit me. Karen lives here. I haven't met Karen either, but Karen lives here in Manitoba. She lives in a town east from here, right? And I kept meaning to go up there, maybe go for a drive or just even sit on her porch and have a chit chat, just a little visit, right? Because we've been together also for very, very long time, right? And yeah, we keep making these plans, and I was going to help her with her YouTube channel and everything, and it never happened. It was always like, oh, I got to cancel this time. No, sorry, not this week. And then I got in financial trouble. I couldn't afford the gas, and then my sister took the car away from me. It was just one thing after another, and we never got together. So when she says, "Oh, Cindy, that stick that you're making for Owen is so nice, right? So nice if you ever want to make me one." And I didn't even think of anybody who needs a stick. Of course it would be Karen, right? Right? Like I mean, it's more safety. I'm more concerned, right? Because it's not considered a walking stick. It's got to be considered a cane. So that's why I want to make sure the grooves in the hand, everything was very, very, very comfortable for her, right? I wanted to have support, but very comfortable, right? I wanted everything to be very comfortable. So that was why it's important for me to try and take some of the weight off the stick too. It won't hurt the integrity in the very least because of the elm is very, very hard wood. Believe me, very, very hard work. I'm having a hard time getting it down. But you know what? I did really, really good. That was 2 days worth of work there. And if I spend 15 minutes a day, a few days from now, I'll be able to give it its final sand, and then I'll be able to, I think what I'll do is I'll do the bark first because the bark is going to soak absolutely up so much of that varnish, right? So I'll let it dry to make sure it's stuck very, very well to the wood, and then I'll do the rest of the stick. Yeah, that's what I'll exactly do. And then I just can't sand, so I'll only be able to do the 1 coat. No, I have to do at least 2 coats on the bark too, right? Because it's very ridgy. It's very ridgy, and Yeah, just wear and tear and bumping up against walls wherever you lay it down up against. You want it to be able to have durability too. So I'm going to have to maybe put a couple of layers on and then don't sand the first layer, but sand the second layer. And that way I won't ruin the color of the bark, right? What's a quad cane? I don't know what a quad cane. What's a quad cane? Oh, I would love a piece of furniture or a little jewelry box or something made out of cypress, right? Very pretty wood. Very pretty tree, too. Very pretty tree, too. We have lots of cypress here, too. Oh, no, willow. I was thinking willow. We have lots of willow here. I had a good idea, Robert, about that. Like some people have houses and they live in these houses all by themselves, right? And they live in a 3 or 4 bedroom house and live there and run their home themselves, run their yards and their garages themselves. Like, you got 3 rooms. Like, can't you get 3 roommates and just split it up, split some money up, do a good deal to people if they're good people. If they're good people, give them a good deal and make it so they want to stay and live with you. And, $400, if somebody paid you $400 a month, right? And you had 3 people pay you $400, that's an extra $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month. That's a lot of money. That pay for all your groceries, right? Pay all the utilities. That would pay all the utilities for the house and the groceries, and probably pay for your car insurance too, right? 1,200 is quite a bit. That's if you own the home outright and you don't have to make a mortgage payment. Otherwise, if you're making a mortgage payment, then you got to evenly divide it to at least to make sure that the mortgage payment and the utilities are covered, right? And then a little something extra, right? Whether it's enough to cover the wear and tear on the washer and dryers and stuff, right? Of course, you're going to be sharing like Wi-Fi and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if I had a house, that's what I would do. I would take my time. I would take my time and I would find it. Like if I had a 4 bedroom, I'd have a bedroom for myself, right? And then you just ask for first and last month's rent, and make the priority finding somebody that you would get along with, right? Or who would do their own thing and not feel like you have to entertain them. So that way you could live your life, right, with other people, interact when you want to and not interact when you want to at the same time, right? Oh, I thought that was a good idea. There's lots of baby boomers out there. Lots of baby boomers that have homes and they're living in them by themselves because their kids have moved away or the husband's passed away or their wives have passed away, right? And you live in this big house and soon you're going to pass away, right? We got to think, right? Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody there that can kind of help out if you're not able to get up? Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody who could cook, who could bring you your meal to your bedroom every night? Wouldn't that be nice, right? Somebody young enough that can go out there and piddle around out in the front yard so your neighbors don't complain. Keep your yard mowed, and maybe it's a lady, maybe works on your garden, keeps your lawn mowed, and she's a roommate in your house. And after a year, you find out she's the one for you, and you find out you're married again. And then you have a totally different life and you're happy for a while, right? And that's all that it's about, is just, trying things out, seeing how they fit, right? Well, that's the trade-off, right, Andrew? To be able to share some space with somebody. But if you have your own bedroom, right? If you have your own bedroom, your bed's in there, your little desk is in there with your laptop or your computer, right? And then you're enjoying, you can piddle out in the backyard. You can go safely out into somebody's backyard and you can just sit out there by a tree and stick your feet in the grass, right? You don't have to interact with other people, right? You don't have to interact with other people, but you got to make sure that the other people that you're looking to roommate with are okay with that, because maybe what they need is a friend, right? Maybe their husband died and they're looking for somebody who's willing to sit there and listen to their woes, right? You know, I'm not that person, right? Like when I was brought up, we weren't brought up to we were listened to concerns and have conversations and stuff like that. But when somebody just really went off and and went into hysterics and stuff, like it was discipline and sternness that sorted us out, right? It was like smarten up right now, right? Smarten up right now, and then that's what we did, right? Yeah, Owen, I love your property. You have a really, really nice property, Owen. You have a really nice property, right? Can you imagine if you made like little sheds, like little tiny houses out in your backyard, and all these retired people who just want to taste the life of living that simple life and can come and live in one of your little tiny houses, right? I would do that. I would do that. It would save a lot of money, so that the little bit extra money I had, that would make it so that I could have some kind of semblance of an enjoyment of my life, right? Instead of relying on everything being free, free, free in order to be happy. Wouldn't it be nice to experience some of those things, right? That you see when you watch the YouTube videos? Like, wouldn't it be nice just to experience these things for yourself, right? 59. I'll be I'll be 59 in October. I'm 1961. So I think I'm 58 or I'm 59 in October. I'm not quite sure. 58 or 59, 1961. Yeah. That's odd that I went back to that. I was really surprised because there was a whole year there that I thought I was a certain age, and it turned out I was a year younger, and I thought I was a year older the whole year. It was like I got the whole year back, and now I'm slipping back again. They're making one of those apartments, Andrew, across the lane from me, like over the garage, an apartment over the garage. They're making one of those. It looks really lovely. I would love to live in one of those, right? I would love to live anywhere. Just not to worry. Just have a roof over my head. This is going to be really strange. This is going to be really strange not having a roof over my head. But it'll just take some movement and adjusting and a little bit of bravery, and it'll all be fine. It'll all work out just fine. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'll be 59. Thanks, Andrew. I'll be 59 in October. Right? I don't feel 59. That's the funny thing of it. I don't feel 59. Wow, 59. 60 might be a big one for me. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I can forget about that year. I won't try and remember how old I am next year. Oh, perfect, Owen, right? Everybody should have their own getaway space, right? Yeah, everybody should have that space where they can. My whole apartment is that for me, right? Where I can just, this whole apartment is mine, just me and my cat, right? I just worry about my cat. So the number one priority is, if I get some money in my hands, I gotta get my hands on a carrier, because if I find myself out of the house, right? If I find myself out of here, cat's got to be okay. At the very least, the cat's got to be okay. So I don't know how much carrier is going to cost me. Probably $50, I would think, right? For a decent carrier. Yeah. But I would have had to buy a carrier anyway, but that wouldn't have been the kind of carrier I would have bought. But it'll do for now, right? Yeah, I'm gonna thin out all my stuff too. Like everything can go. I'm not attached to anything, I like a few things, but if they go away, I'm not gonna be heartbroken forever, right? It's not a big deal, right? You just pick something else up along the way, a new interest. Maybe I'll be a totally different person, and I'll have a different. No, I'm very eclectic. I'm very eclectic, right? Yeah, we've got more cases here in Manitoba. Not many, right? Not many. We only have 3 new cases. Ah, Nancy's here. Oh, Nancy, how are you doing, dear? Have you still got a roof over your head, dear? Oh, yeah, like to know. Yeah, actually, William came right out and he says, "Oh, you guys, right now we're gonna give a little prayer out for Nancy." Yeah, right off the top of his own head. How are you doing? Yeah. Like how we say, "Good to see you," but we really don't see anybody, do we? They have a new feature on Instagram where you can go chat. We can all go on at the same time, and it would be like Brady Bunch, where they had the little squares, and we'd each be in our own little squares. It would be like that. That would be lots of fun. I have no idea. I know what Sharon looks like. I know what Nancy looks like. I know what Owen looks like because I saw him. I saw some pictures of him. Where did I see pictures of you? Maybe on Instagram, right? Maybe I saw you in a video. Um, yeah, Robert. I think Robert had his face on his thumbnail at one time. I kind of have an inkling. I know what. But then again, I wonder if David's going to come in tonight, right? I had a question for David, right? Because I know. Yeah, I know David, he does this stuff, right? I'm just going back over some of these comments, right, to see what I missed here. $55 million in debt. Yeah, it's like the stock market crash, right? Everybody was just spending money, investing money, making lots of money, right? Unfortunately, right, if they stayed, with the laws, if they stayed and kept improving on their evolution, right, if they pushed and they helped people to better themselves, they might do okay. But otherwise, yeah, that they'll get wiped, right? Yeah, there are lessons to be had. I know that. I know it's going on right now. I got the heads up on that one, right? Like there are lessons going on out there. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. Just take it on the chin. Just take it on the chin and ride it the best you can. It'll be over soon enough. It'll be over soon enough. We'll take this as a lesson. And we'll just let's just not be nervous not to talk because we're going to be afraid to offend people and stuff and stir things up. But at the same time, I'm just looking at a print that I have here, right? It's fading out so bad. I guess the sun from the window over the years has shone on it, and the beautiful colors, right? This this is so amazing. I'm going to show you actually this. There's a reason I actually took note of that. I'll be right back. You guys will think this is amazing. I I dusted it not too long ago, so I think it's clean. This was framed in the 1970s. I think it's from the Depression. It's from the 30s and 40s, right? And I was always waiting to meet the right person to give it to, right? Right? And I've been safekeeping. I've been safekeeping it so well. Now I'm looking at a white spot on my wall from where the picture was. So I guess my living room did, because I don't need a paint job. They can paint it. It's normal wear and tear. They haven't done anything to my apartment since I moved in here, except for those renovations. But I love this. You guys will think this is amazing. Let me move my coffee so I don't spill it. I love this. It's Bull Durham's without a match, right? Bull Durham's. It's old. It's old. I've had this since the 80s. It came on a truck, right? And I used to go to this antique store all the time. And they used to grab things from estates, old houses and stuff, and then they would bring them to the antique store and sort through them and everything. It wasn't even off the truck. I pulled it off the truck, right? I loved it so much, and he gave me such a good deal on it. But I've had it so long. But those colors used to be so vibrant. The blue was so blue. There was I don't know, orange stripes in there, blue suits, the pinstripes, right? The cow was a beautiful brownish orange like this, right? Isn't that amazing? But it tells a story. See the story, right? It's a grandfather taking his grandson possum hunting, right? Because those are possums on the stick, right? And then he meets a traveler. He meets a traveler, and the traveler asks him for a light, for his cigarette, to have a light. But the little boy, he's saying, forget shooting possums. Look what I just saw. Let's shoot this instead, right? Because see, he's got the rifle, and look at the dog. Isn't it amazing? Doesn't it tell an amazing story, right? It's a smoking tobacco. It's old advertising for smoking tobacco. Bull Durham smoking. But I've had this, oh my gosh, since at least the 80s, right? I've had it. But I always wanted to give it to somebody special, right? Somebody who would appreciate, Americana or something, right? Somebody who would love it and take care of it like I took care of it, right? But at the same time, it's Americana, it's black paraphernalia, right? And what's going on now, right? But it's such a beautiful piece of art. I saved it for somebody. Somebody will say, "Hey, Cindy, I have to have that," right? Let me just check the comments here. Oh no, the cat comes with me no matter where I go. I might have to get a babysitter for a few days because there's no money coming in for a couple of weeks. I'm flat broke, no money coming in for a couple of weeks, right? Right? So at the very least, I'm going to have to maybe find a place for the cat for a couple of days. It wouldn't be very kind of me. I couldn't get anything done. I couldn't job hunt. I couldn't do anything. I'd have to traipse around with my cat, right? Yeah. And that's if I can get a carrier. I'm screwed if I can't get a carrier, right? But I'm sure I'll be able to get a carrier. And let me just take a look here. Is it still like that, Nancy? Is it still bad, bad, bad? So what would that do? Would they help pay to get you out of the state, Nancy, if they did that? Wow. Wow. Robert just came back in from the. Oh, Nancy. So is it a house that you live in, Nancy, or is it an apartment complex that you live in? Oh, you've got antiques too, right? Everybody, look at everybody just worried, right? Are you kidding me? I haven't heard anything about this. I never heard anything. Oh, but then again, this stuff isn't getting suggested to me at all. It's like I'm living in my own little bubble, right? I'm living in my own little bubble of problems and trying to help other people out, right? And trying to trying. Oh my gosh, you know, wow. Yeah, I don't even think I want to start this conversation. This is ah yeah, I don't want to start this. I'm having, this is interesting. What we're talking about right now, this is interesting, right? Can you believe this is happening in North America? Can you believe this is happening in this country? I never would have thought, like, this country, right? Canada, North America, right? Canada, the States. Like, we're family. We're siblings, right? Canada and the States have always been siblings. Well, we had that War of 1812, right? When the states tried to take over Canada. That didn't work out too well, but I think it was probably even Steven on that one, right? Because the Canadians on this side say they want it, and then the people on the Americans on their side say they want it. So I think it was probably a little bit of both, right? Where you couldn't really argue. And you know what? That's a good way to go, because then everybody leaves and you can leave as friends and with a little bit of respect for each other, right? As much respect as you can put in to anybody who goes to war, right? But aw, Andrew, right? Right? You hit it on the nail there. You hit it on the nail there, Andrew. Yeah, if anybody could do that, anybody can get through to that. That would be Andrew too, right? David's here. Oh, David's here. I was asking about you the past couple of minutes here in our conversations. We're all talking about what's going on with the world here and stuff, right? But I had a question for you, if it's okay. Do you mind? Do you mind, David, if I ask you a question about what you do? Because it might be of some assistance to something that's going on in my own life. Just give me the heads up, and I'll ask you the question. But yeah, Nancy, I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry to hear that is going on, and that you have to go as far as to ask permission to even come out of your own state, right? Would you go visit your friends where you came up from holidays earlier? Would you go back down there? National Guard troops? Wow. Wow, that is amazing. See, and there's you would never know it, right? We had another case of the coronavirus today. We got another case today. We flatlined that pretty good, but all we're doing is holding out, hoping that somebody is going to figure out a solution, right? Figure out a vaccine or a cure for the problem. It's the way everybody's protesting. It's specifically set up to make it just spread. Like 2 million, is it 2 million people have gotten the coronavirus now in the States? That's a lot of people. Here in Manitoba, we've had 333 cases, I think. 333 cases of the coronavirus. I think. Maybe 303. I haven't been following. Like I said, it's been fairly quiet here, but it only takes one case. As we found out, one case happening in January. In January, it was only January when that first case, that one case kind of showed up, and look how it took over the world. It just took over the world, right? Parasite. Somebody you love, somebody you absolutely love, but has a parasite that's making them do things and say things that like it's not them. Is there somebody who doesn't have the skills like you do, that doesn't have those blessings and stuff in them? Is there something we can do to maybe alleviate that person's suffering and the suffering that they're putting on to other people? Is there something that a layman could do, David? That was my question. I'll wait for my answer. Take your time too. Take your time, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's not like I can bring this person to you or anything, right? But if there's a little something that I could do to alleviate the little bit of suffering that's going on. Well, actually, it's going to be turning into a lot of suffering real soon, right? And this person's very dear, right? Yeah, I'm going to try not to theorize on what's going on with the world, right? There's always light and darkness. It's always a ride, right? You swing one way to the dark, then you swing one way to the light. Sometimes, quite often, right? That saying, it was the best times, it was the worst times, and you get swung with the good and the bad at the same time, right? You get swung with the good and the bad at the same time, and that's happened to me. Oh, that used to happen to me on the holidays all the time, right? Christmas, right? Or Easter, right? Yeah, and then they'd be fabulous days, and then you would have something terrible happen at the same time. So it's always light and the dark, right? And if you're lucky enough, you can kind of train it in that way, right? Oh, definitely, Nancy. Definitely. Everybody's praying for you. Everybody's praying for you. I hope you're taking good care, as good as cares for you as you can. I worry for you, but it's hold on. It's just kind of like you gotta hold on. Just hold on and just ride those waves. It's a messed up stuff going on in that world, and I hope the governor says, right, that you can leave, and then you can keep your pensions and all that stuff too, and go with you, and then go somewhere that's a little bit safer where you don't have stuff going on, right? Right? If I wasn't in such a scary situation myself, I'd say come here, but you never know. You're going to get here and you're not going to have any better situation, but I'll take good care of you. I would do my best to take care of you, but you wouldn't have a roof over your head more than likely. Unfortunate, right? Now, isn't that a nice protection, provision, and peace to you? Isn't that a nice saying? Nice words there, Andrew. I really like how that flowed. Did you hear that somewheres, or did you just make that up now? That's lovely. Yeah, everybody, yes. And Nancy needs those well wishes, right? Well wishes. Have a great night, Nancy. Have a great night. Thank you for popping by, right? Thank you for popping by. That was absolutely lovely of you. right? Lovely of you. Yeah. So I'm waiting for David to answer. Oh, it's gonna be a gooder. It's gonna be a gooder. I can tell already it's gonna be good. Definitely, right? Because every prayer you send out there for somebody else, it's going to come back to you too, right? It's going to come back to you too. I was a little worried for a few of my subscribers, so I sent a few emails out there, right? I sent a few emails out there. Oh, oh, I can't take this off. Oh, my bra showing and everything. Yeah. It was comfortable around the house, but I turned the air conditioner at a lower level, right? So it doesn't interfere in the noise, right? So, what's that? A proofread. A proofread. Yeah, it was very pretty, Andrew. I like that saying. But isn't that amazing? 100 acres, Robert. 100 acres, right? I was in Northern Ontario in September. I would have loved to have stopped by, right? I drove through Thunder Bay. I drove through Thunder Bay, and I would have loved to have stopped by and, had coffee with you and had a chit chat, right? That would have been really nice. But yeah, Northern Ontario, getting 100 acres up in Northern Ontario, that's what I want to do. I want to go and I want to mine for amethyst. And I know there's amethyst, right, Robert? There's amethyst in Northern Ontario. Yeah, I would love to go mining for amethyst. That would be so much fun, so much fun. You would like it if I came to visit? I will if I take that trip again, right? Yeah, I would love that. I was actually thinking, could I take my bike on that trip? Could I take that trip again to Trans Canada? But then those mountains, right? Those mountains. How would I ever get through those mountains with the bike and the cat? I would never be able to do it. So I would have to take a different route. I would have to go through the states, I think. But I don't even know if you're able to travel between province to provinces without putting yourself in quarantine anymore here in Canada. I think they might have lifted that ban, but I'm going to have to check into that too, right? Because this whole plan is shot up the creek if I can't get from province to province, right? Oh, David, thank you. Thank you. So he will do it if I ask, like, I ask nicely and I'll say, I'll go for a walk and I'll have a conversation, right? I'll go for a walk and I'll have a conversation, right? Yeah. My nephew said that he could take care of business that way, but he's not answering my texts or my messages or anything, so he's not getting back to me. Yeah, yeah. He's off doing his own thing. You're pretty smart, Andrew. And a big barbecue. Well, let us know, Robert, if you're having a party. If you're having a party, right? Come out there and camp for a few days out in your 100 acres, right? We'll pitch our tents out in your backyard on your 100 acres. You can put on a big barbecue, a pig roast, a pig roast. Wouldn't a pig roast be fun? I love pig roast. We have lots of pig roasts here in the summertime in Manitoba. We like our pig roasts, right? See, Robert, look at everybody's. See, you're getting everybody's hopes up. So you better start planning the party. If you need help, let me know, and I'll help you plan. I'll help you. We'll turn your 100 acres into Woodstock. With my how many views do I usually get on these lives? I usually get about maybe between 50 and 70. I never really look. About 50 and 70, right? I usually get about 20 people watch during the lives. And then I'll usually get the rest of them. They come in afterwards and they watch them at their own leisure, right? And they watch the lives at their own leisure, right? So, 50 people. Put on a party for 50 of us. Well, I'm sure not all 50 of us could figure out a way to get to Northern Ontario, right? I would sure figure out a way, Robert. I would come. 100 acres is a lot, Robert. 100 acres is a lot. But it would be fun if one day we could all get together. But if we all got together, it would have to be something like that. It would have to be, camping or renting a bus, going urban exploring, or just traveling the province, experiencing the outdoors in the wilderness, right? Wouldn't it be nice even to go up to Churchill to see the polar bears and to see the abandoned 747 that's out there, and they have a space station, an abandoned space station up there too. Plus Fort Francis, right? Like the Hudson Bay forts up there. Yeah, it would be fun. But it was nice to have Robert in the chats today, and it was nice to have Nancy. Right? I'm worried. I was worried, and I was a little bit worried about you, on because you usually reply to my emails right away when I send you emails and I send you pictures of your walking stick. I'll show you it again if anybody didn't see Owen's walking stick. I made this for him. It's all finished. It's all ready to be shipped. Oh, it's upside down. It's all ready to be shipped, right? It's all ready to be shipped. The finish turned out really, really nice. I really like the colors on it. It turned out really nice. So yeah, that's ready to be head off. And then, like I said, I'll show this one again one more time. This is the new one I'm working on for Karen, right? But this one actually has to be a really, really good job because she does have eyesight issues. But boy, does that ever look at how nice is that, right? And the little grooves on the inside. And I've been carving it. I've been training it, right? So you can get it just feels amazing. Right? It just feels like I can't believe, and that's important. It's the most important part of my walking sticks is how good it feels up here. And then to have the holes, right? To have these holes where it was all powdered, it all came out. Now there's holes. I'm gonna put a chain in there or a carabiner or something, for her keys or something, right? Right? So she can clip her keys to her walking stick or her water bottle or something, right? Would that be a good idea? So yeah, I hope she likes it. I hope she likes it. Yeah, I'll have the first coat on it, I'm sure, by next Sunday. I'll try and have the coat. I'll have the first coat on it. If this isn't finished, I'll have the first coat on at the very least for next Sunday when we go live, right? And if I'm not here, you know what happened, right? And it won't be too long. I'll get back as fast as I can, right? Yeah. This live is very important to me. I want to keep this for my whole life. I want to be able to do this Sunday live, right? A crow's head. You know what I thought it looked like? Look closely. I don't know if you remember the title of the movie, right? But it looked to me like one of those masks during the plague, right? Like Robert Downey Jr. when he did that movie during the plague when he was the doctor, and it was that leather mask that kind of looked like a bird's beak. I saw that and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what it looks like, right? That movie, I don't know the name of the movie though. Robert Downey Jr., right? And he he took care of the king when the king got the plague, right? But that was the thing, like the cone face that they used when they had, and I didn't think of that, right? I thought it looked like a bird. I thought it looked like a bird, right? When I made it, I thought it looked like a bird. Let's get up real close. Like I just love the woodwork. And I've been digging it out, making it nice and smooth. And once it's got some color on it, like I'll just dip my hand in the coffee here, right? Like you can see where I put the coffee in there. Look at how the color is just gonna pop up. It's just gonna be beautiful. It's just gonna be one of the nicest sticks I ever did, right? But I've got to taper it. Like I said, it's got to thin right out. And look at all the worm runs. I'm trying to save them. I think they're so cool. So I'm trying to thin the stick out without losing all this worm work, right? I started sanding it, and this is what the worm works looks like once I start sanding into this. And I kind of like this. I would like to leave it at that. Just give it a light sand if I can, because I think it'll look really neat once I got the varnish on it, right? But yeah, that's what I thought. And then I thought, was that ever funny, right? Because the stick is being made the same year as the coronavirus, right? It's kind of like really weird, and it wasn't my intent. It just kind of sort of worked out that way, right? It kind of sort of worked out that way. I feel much better this week. I feel much better this week. I do. It was the right thing for me to do. I know it was the right thing for me to do, right? And I'm gonna chew on anybody's judgment if anybody wants to judge me for not looking, right? Because look at how scared now Nancy is, how scared she is, right? Now she has to pay attention to what's going on because her safety is concerned, right? Her safety is concerned. And then how is she gonna manage to get around the way? Oh, I wish we had like the Underground Railroad where you can just help her out all the way down to where she needs to be, right? So she's safe. This is so much stress for her, right? On top of all the health issues that she has, and now she has to deal with this kind of actual fear. People are fearing for their safety. People are fearing for their lives. It's just I just shake my head. I just shake my head, right? Yeah. Oh, David, yes, thanks for that information, right? Yeah, it's so sad that we get so far forward and then we're just going backwards in our evolution, right? You would have thought that we were past this stage of actually, our each other, right? We live in the same continent, right? Like we live in North America. We live in, the world, the whole world. Like how we treat each other is just absolutely, absolutely incredible how we treat each other in this world. Yeah. I can imagine that God would not be happy with what's going on, but let's hope that all those souls are right back and that yeah. Right? Yeah, she had a pretty rough year, Nancy, right? She had health issues all year, in and out of the hospital almost every week all year, right? And then she had to go down south for her health, right? For her health, for her warmth, and yeah, yeah. It's something, right? But we gotta ride the waves, ride the how long can this go on for, right? The more people just give it up. People are going to get fed up with this. People are going to just shut down on their own. They're going to shut down on their own, and they're going to feel bad, right? But at least the information is out there. At least the lessons have been learned, right? At least some good is going to come of all this, right? And yeah, let's get the states back sorted. Let's get the states back to taking care of that that virus, right? If everybody could go, if they just made a rule, 14 days, every single person in the United States for 14 days, you are locked. You are locked. Then there's no protests. There's no fighting. There's nobody out there threatening. You could do whatever you want to online, right? But at the same time, anybody could just switch to whatever channel or whatever they're watching, right? And then at the same time, you're going to kill the virus. You'll kill the virus. In 14 days, you'll kill that virus in North America, and you just keep the borders shut until it's dead everywhere, right? Should we just do a worldwide shutdown, 14-day shutdown, the whole world at the same time, right? That would be the only way for it to work, right? Poor India, right? I said, and I'm watching India's numbers just like they're doing really good, right? There hasn't been a lot of deaths yet and stuff. They've been doing really good like that. And same with Russia. Russia has been really, really doing good. Like the numbers are high. The people are getting the virus, but the people are actually dying from the virus. Russia's been doing a very, very good job. Very taking care of the people. I've been watching the numbers that way, right? Yeah. In Ontario, the borders are shut down in Ontario still, Robert? Yeah, I have to check into all that, right? Supposedly this, wow, supposedly this whole country is opening up, but yeah, some things I guess are not, right? Amazing, amazing. Okay, everybody. That's Sunday. That was a live. Wow, did we get a lot of talking in there, right? I hope everything's going good with Sharon. I hope everything's been going good with Sharon, right? Because Sharon didn't pop in today. And I know she was in a little bit of a hairy, scary this week too, right? Lots of worries and stuff. But she's got neighbors and stuff keeping an eye on her. So we're grateful for out there. Take care of each other, right? If you can do a little bit of kindness for somebody, if you come across somebody, somebody in the neighborhood or something, if you pass a little kindness along the way, a little encouraging word, wouldn't that be nice? If everybody can come through and pop by on Sunday, yeah, I'd be happy to have you. And if you want to come on my lives, I go live 5 o'clock every day on my Instagram. Okay, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.